Hi, my name is Pamela Quinn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a yoga practice. I actually don't know what kind yet. I know it's going to be Hatha Yoga. And I know I want to talk to you guys about pH and balancing your blood during this time so that we can boost our immune system and fight off bacteria and virus and all disease. We are choosing a card from the Autobiography of a Yogi, Yogananda's deck. If you don't know who Yogananda is, he brought the teachings of yoga to America in the early 1900s. His job, his dharma, as given to him by the divine and his guru, was to bridge the gap between Christianity and Hinduism so that Christians could actually feel comfortable practicing yoga. And he did a pretty good job. So let's see what we got going. What did I choose? He who surrounded us with this ever-evolving mystery of creation has also implanted in us the desire to question and understand. Ooh, he who has surrounded us with this ever-evolving mystery. It is an ever-evolving mystery. Like, we have no idea what's going on. And yet we question and we understand. All right, we can work with that. So let's get started. Come lying down on your mats. And I'm going to take my hair clip out. If you have a ponytail, take your ponytail out. Bend your knees and plant your feet on the earth, hip-width distance apart, especially if your neck, shoulders, back bother you at all. Let's lift up our toes and scrunch them, unscrunch them. And then start to soften. Please put your feet in a position that there's no energy through your thighs, through your knees, or through your feet. Your arms can stay by the sides, palms down to ground, palms up to receive, or possibly you'd like to put a hand on a belly, a hand on a heart. Let's take a big breath in and just let go of all the stress that we are carrying individually and collectively. And we're going to start to breathe in through our nose and breathe out through your nose. And as you're breathing in, I want you to soften your rib cage, your shoulders, and your neck. And I want that belly button to do all the work. So as you're inhaling, let the belly button rise up, diaphragm's pulling down on the lungs. And then it feels like the air waves up into the lungs and out through the shoulders. This is called Durga breath. Inhaling evenly through both nostrils, belly fills and softens. And then the air hits the lungs, releases through the shoulders. And just keep breathing. If your eyes are closed, that's great. Otherwise, take an unfocused gaze to the sky. So when we're talking about the pH in our blood, just know that it balances, we'll just call it around 7. And there's lots of information out there, a lot of misinformation, a lot of products you can buy to change the pH in your body. But know that your body is always hovering around that 7. If it gets too far above or below, you will know it, you will be in the hospital. So when we think about balanced pH, what we're really thinking about is effortless ease of the functionality of the organs of the body. So your organs are constantly working very hard to balance your pH and keep it at that 7-ish level. When we say the blood gets acidic, that means your blood is becoming unhealthy. It's thickening. And when we say your blood is alkaline, it's thin, it's healthy blood. One amazing way to heal the blood is with pranayama. So breathing through the mouth as deeply as you've ever breathed, I want you to inhale through the mouth, let that belly rise up, air waves into the lungs, and then we're going to just let it kind of float out the mouth on an exhale. So the inhale is very strong, it's very forceful. You're filling yourself all the way up, 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 up. And then the exhale is just letting the breath float out of the mouth. And so all the breath doesn't even get released on the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. The exhale is almost like a silent sigh. And just keep breathing. As you're breathing, keep softening too. Let your toes, your knees, the spine, let it all start to relax. Things that bother our organs and challenge the pH, things that make us acidic, you already know. Caffeine, soda, alcohol, salt, sugar. Things that balance are fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, oils to a lesser extent, and beans. Meat makes you more acidic. Baked goods, more acidic. Keep breathing through that mouth fully, deeply. Let it even become a challenge for you. Maybe working a little bit harder in the breath than you thought. And I want you to make a mental commitment to yourself right now that you're going to practice this breath through April 22nd. It's March 20th now. Through April 22nd, I want you to practice this breath every single day, 30 breaths. You could find a wall of your home and place your feet up against that wall as you do these breaths. And as you're breathing in and breathing out, I want you to think to yourself, all is well. All is well. All is as it should be. It is for me to be curious, but not necessarily for me to understand. Beautiful. Take your arms out into a T. We're just going to start to swoosh our head over left and right, noticing the tension in your neck, in your shoulders. And then start to swish your knees in the opposite direction of your head. And now you can stop breathing through the mouth and just start breathing long and deep through the nose. All is well. All is as it should be. Peace, peace, peace. And then we're going to come back to center. Take your hands to your knees. Draw the knees in. And we're going to draw a little massage circles on the sacrum. And then a little in the other way. And then lift those legs up to the sky. You can place your hands behind your knees if you like, arms by the sides, palms down. Let's just point and flex those feet. And again, soften the shoulders, soften the neck, soften the face. Breathing deep. We're always trying to understand why things happen. It's just the way our brain works. You know, the brain is a beautiful problem solver. But when the brain is in crisis, when the brain is trying to solve the unsolvable, it creates stress. And stress, more than anything in the body, taxes the organs. Go ahead and flex those feet. Those toes are pointing towards the forehead. Try to soften where you can, your shoulders, your neck, your rib cage. Keep breathing. So the brain, it just wants to solve these problems. It goes back and back and back and back and back to them. And the truth is, you don't know. You'll never know. There's so many theories why things happen. The truth is, it doesn't matter. Things are just happening. All you can do is what's before you in the moment. And what's before you in this moment is breathing in breathing out and boosting your immune system. Beautiful. Let's bring the knees in. Let's give ourselves another little rock, a little squeeze. Let that head roll. And then you decide how you want to come to seated. We can rock forward and back the length of the spine, or we can roll to our right and use our hands to push ourselves all the way to seated. Hopefully you have a blanket. Most people need to sit on the edge of the blanket to release the lower spine. Let's take our shoulders, roll them up, down, and back. And then other direction. Beautiful. And let's just pause. Let's close our eyes. Soften that belly again. And inhaling into the belly space. Air waves into the lungs and out through the shoulders. And do acknowledge that right now is the perfect time to make a commitment to being healthy, to get outside and go for those 10,000 steps. Takes you about an hour. To tune in and do a yoga class every day. To practice long, deep breathing, pranayama, that breath I just taught you. And we'll just call it the pH breath if you like. Go ahead and take an exhale, roll the chin down to the chest. Let that head hang heavy. And then we'll start to inhale, rock the right ear to the right shoulder, chin goes down to the chest, and left ear, left shoulder. And just keep moving. In my world right now, it's 11:11, so you can make that magical wish. I'm wishing for all of you to stay healthy and sane and be happy. Go ahead and roll your head. And I'm probably moving a little bit slower today. If you're watching, hopefully you're just practicing. Your eyes are closed. I slept weird on my pillow. Go ahead and take it in the other direction. And you know what that does to your neck sometimes. That's okay. It'll loosen up. Beautiful. Let's come to stillness. We're going to Sufi grind. So we're going to inhale, rock the heart forward. Exhale, round through the spine. And just keep breathing. All is well. All is as it's meant to be. Slow it down a little bit just to start to go in the other direction. Let that head just follow you around. And breathe. Beautiful. Let's start to slow it down. And then I want you to open your eyes, bring your hands up. We're going to take an inhale here and then exhale. Bring the hands forward, maybe touch the knees. Inhale, bring them up, and exhale, bring them behind you. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Just keep moving. If you want to close your eyes again, now that you got it, you can. Sometimes we do this with a strap. You hold on to a strap, but I don't know what you got at home. If you don't have a strap at home, sometimes you can find a tie that you're no longer wearing. I remember opening my first studio in Lebanon. One of my teachers, Penny, haven't seen her forever, but she brought a bag of old ties. I don't know if her husband had been in the business world and then decided he was done. I guess ties go in and out of style too, right? Just keep moving, let the heat build. And, start to really flip those hands out as you come back, maybe pinching the shoulder blades together. You can inhale, start to look up, open through the chest, exhale down. Beautiful. Bring those hands down, roll the shoulders. And then bring the fingertips to the mat beside you. Let's inhale, reach up with the right arm, look up, draw over. And then lift up, lift both arms, and let's just kind of flow side to side, softening, and really focus on that space right above your hip. Just keep breathing. All is well. When we move in yoga, we are moving, of course, the body, the lymphatic system, the blood, the breath, but we are moving energetically, spiritually as well. So yoga, regardless of circumstance, elevates your mood. So let's lift up. Let's interlace our fingers, flip the palms, draw down on the shoulders, bring the hands in front of you without moving the spine. Let's just kind of pull a little right, a little left on our shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling as you do so. Beautiful. And then let's lift it all up. We're going to interlace our hands behind us, draw down on the shoulders, look up, close the eyes, work your jawline, get all the stress off your face. So the mouth goes super wide. It goes side to side, maybe even that tongue. Stick it out, press it down towards your chin. If you open your eyes, you can roll your eyes to the back of the skull. And then letting that go, level your gaze. Inhale here, exhale, lean forward, and we're just gonna rock side to side. Part of wanting to understand why things are happening means, we might be looking outside of ourselves for information, affirmation. And we're just living in such a time that, nobody knows. A lot of people are just talking because that's their job. But we're all a little confused. So you might as well just go inside of yourself and look for answers. Let's come through middle. Take a big inhale, get the spine long. Exhale, lean the heart forward. Roll the chin down. Sometimes things are happening and it's just great. It's so powerful to take responsibility. I've made some bad choices in my life, and well, here I am now, and somehow collectively I've contributed. So what can I do now for my own health, my own well-being, the health of my family, friends, the health of our planet? What choices can I make better? Go ahead and shake that out. Let's come to hands and knees. If you need a blanket under your knees, just make sure your blanket doesn't have any wrinkles on it. Take your hands directly under your shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Get those toes curled to engage through the pelvic floor. Maybe walk your knees back a touch. We're going to inhale, rock the heart forward. Exhale, round through and draw the tailbone towards the heels. Inhaling, we move forward. Exhale, rounding back. And just let your head do what your neck needs. So maybe hang heavy. You can always take a pause too. You can pause in your cow. Just breathe long and deep. Pause in your cat. And then keep moving. Inhaling, exhaling. Go ahead and bend your knees a touch. Get your tailbone higher. And maybe start to press it out. Bending left knee, bending right knee. And your head can just hang heavy. Mine's lifted up a bit just to have less interference with the microphone. So just keep breathing. Come to stillness and really press through those heels. Squeeze the thighs together a touch. That's going to help get the energy out of your wrist. And then let's rotate our shoulders over our wrist. You can always put your knees down here. Plank position. Make sure your arms are not hyperextended. So a slight bend to the elbows left and right. Just hold. And then as we exhale, we're going to put our knees, chest and chin onto the earth. Let's slide our elbows forward. So we're going to put our elbows directly underneath our shoulders for Sphinx. Press the palms into the earth, forearms into the earth. Seal your toes together. As you're inhaling, imagining the breath is climbing up the spine like a roller coaster. And as you're exhaling, let that heart sink forward. Eyes can be closed, crossed, drawn up to the third eye center. All is well. As you inhale, start to take your gaze to the left, maybe looking at the shoulder. Then bring the gaze up and over and around to the right. Beautiful. Come back to center. We're going to take our hands, stack them, press your forehead into the stacked hands, bend the knees, and then just shake it side to side. Gently release your feet. Take your hands under your shoulders. We're going to come into a child's pose with knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching. Again, you can stack your hands, or hands can be flat or reaching out in front of you. And just breathe. So it's such a great time now to be healthy. I went to the store like everyone else, and there's tons of fruits and vegetables there. Like, I don't know, my life isn't changing that much as far as food intake goes. So maybe you bought some treats and you're focused on them right now. That happens, you get bored. But let's focus on maybe even getting up in the morning and making a nice green juice drink. I started making celery and beet and ginger. Oh my God, ginger's so good for you right now. Inhale, come on up. Squeeze some lemon into that. You're good to go. Let's come back to down dog. And let's look at our feet and walk our hands towards the feet. And once you get there, you can bend the knees a little bit, maybe act like you're sitting down, look up and out, and exhale, fold. Let's do this a few times. And then let's fold. Inhale to a flat back to get that heart forward. Bend the knees a touch. Let's hinge at the hip creases. Let your head hang heavy. And again, I'm working with a mic, so if you're watching me, my head's a little elevated, but just let yours hang heavy. You can even shake it yes, shake it no. And then keeping your fingers on the earth, we'll start to rock forward to the tippy toes, and then rocking back, lifting the toes, inhaling forward and exhaling back. And then feet come pressed down to the earth. Let's inhale, half lift again. Exhale, fold, fold, fold. This time take your hands to your ankles and pull yourself in a little bit more deeply. Beautiful. Releasing this, we're going to walk our hands to the front of the mat again and come back into that plank position. Let's put the left knee down, kick that left foot out to the left for a kickstand, and then bring your arm up. Lift your leg if you can. And maybe let's just draw some circles with those arms. If you need, put the foot back on the earth for balance. Maybe if your foot is on the earth, it's easier to get that heart a little bit closer to the sky. Beautiful. Let's just reach up, look up. Exhale, hand to the earth. Now we're going to switch sides. So just roll on over to the other side. Same process, moving the arm. And other direction. And then again, just reaching up, opening up, breathing. And then releasing both hands back to the earth. Let's come lying back down on our mats. This time we're going to bring our hands under the shoulders. We're going to seal our toes, our ankles together. We're just going to inhale up into a baby cobra and exhale down. You're inhaling all the way up. Don't use your hands. And exhaling down. We're really isolating the energy to the lower back. If it's feeling good, inhale, come up. Still don't use your hands. Just hold and breathe. And exhale, release it down. Add a little modified push-up. We're coming back to down dog. In Kundalini, we call this triangle pose. It's a symbol of strength. And looking between your hands, go ahead and let's start to walk our feet to the front. Inhale to that half lift again. Exhale, fold, shake the head out. And then we'll bend the knees softly as we inhale, come rising all the way up and bring our hands to heart center. Let's move to a little balance today. We'll lift our arms up into the sky, soften the shoulders, find the four corners of your feet. Take the energy into your left leg. Bring the toe of the right foot to your mat. You're staring at something not moving. That's called your drishti. Lift the foot, the knee in front of you, flex the foot. Keep breathing. And if you're wobbly, it's okay. Your mind is having fun with that. You can always go to a wall and have your arm out, touching the wall. Just for fun, let's see if we can't shoot that leg behind us. For most people, it's easiest if you take your hands to your heart and just shoot it back. Once there, you can go into a full warrior three, lifting your arms in front of you. And breathe. And gently place that foot back to the earth. Lift your arms again. Take the energy into the right leg this time, coming to the toes of the left foot. And again, we'll flex and lift the knee. Just keep breathing. And if you're super wobbly right here, it doesn't make sense to move into warrior three. It makes sense to stay right here, stabilizing your breath. Bringing hands to heart center. Pushing that leg back behind you. And the key is really in the breath. Breathe long and deep. There's really no reason not to be spending at least 2 hours a day on self-care right now. Go for the walk. Do the yoga class. Meditate. I know meditation's hard, but just sit quietly, even looking out the window as the clouds pass. Come to mountain pose. Eyes are closed. And we're going to find our heart beating in our chest, send your breath there. Healing, beautiful green light breath to that heart. And then we're going to send the beating heart to the palms of the hands. We're looking through that third eye center. Eyes are closed and crossed, where we send the intention with universal consciousness, the divine, to merge, to acknowledge, to honor that we are one. We are one with this big mystery. This mystery is our mystery. It's so interesting. Beautiful. Bring your hands back to heart center. If you're not at the front of your mat, get there. If you use blocks, get them there. We're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up to the sky, palms pressed together, draw them back. Fingers are followed by the eyes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Stay low. Use your blocks or hands are on the floor. Step back with that right foot raised, runner's lunge. Pause here to push through the back heel, to pull back on the left hip. Deepen your breath. We'll inhale here. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhaling, bend. Exhaling, straighten. And let's straighten, slide your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, heart comes forward. Chin rolls down. Pulling back on the left hip. Lift your toes, your front toes. Beautiful. Bend that front knee. Bring your back knee to the earth. We're going to release the top of that foot. Slide it back. And then we're going to stay on the top of the foot and lift the knee. And breathe. Take a knee to the earth. We're going to bend. So get on the flesh above the knee. Reach back with the left hand. And squeeze that thigh. Flex the heel. So far we're committing to 2 hours of self-care a day, 10,000 steps, 1 hour of walking, a yoga class, 10 minutes of meditation. We'll make a green juice in the morning that includes ginger and lemon, beets, celery, spinach. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Lift that knee and let's just step forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Left foot's going to step back. Bend that front knee, raised runner's lunge. Lift the toes as you pull back on the right hip. Press through that heel. Squeeze the thighs together to get a nice little lift. Take an inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend. And exhale, keep moving. Now let's straighten that front leg. Slide your hands back. Come to that half lift. Press the heart forward. Roll the chin down as we pull back on the right hip. And breathe. A great dish you can make that's so easy to digest, so healing, so nourishing, is just fill a pot with water. Throw in whatever veggies you like. Throw in a handful of rice and a handful of dal, which is lentils, mung bean. And then you can add all kinds of spices you like, fresh spices, parsley. Beautiful. Bend the front knee, maybe some cumin, maybe some turmeric. Let's go ahead and walk that leg back a little bit. Lift the knee again. We're on the top of the foot. Just keep breathing. And it's real soupy. So you have to put in, extra water because you want it to be soupy. And it just gets so rich and so dense and so lovely. It tastes so good. And then you can eat that for lunch every day. Just give your organs a break. Put the knee down. We're on the flesh above the knee. Bend the knee. Reach back with the right hand. Flex the foot. Draw it in. Noticing your thoughts. Bring them back to our affirmation, all is well. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that foot. We're going to step forward again, standing forward fold. So inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit to fold. Shake your head out. Some of you will appreciate sliding your palms underneath your feet, and then you take your toe up to your wrist. You do it with both hands. I'm giving my microphone room still. And just massage with the toes. Beautiful. Go ahead and let that go. Let's inhale. Come on up. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Make a wish. Beautiful. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we come to that half lift. Exhale, fold again. Step back with that right foot raised, runner's lunge. This time, bring the knee to the earth or not. We're going to inhale, lift up into a modified or full crescent warrior. Just keep breathing long and deep. And maybe draw that knee forward just a little bit to get more of a stretch through that right thigh. And our thigh is our frustration. I think it's really good to get those thighs stretched out right now. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the earth. Lift that knee. Walk your hands around so you're on the long edge of your mat. Let's start to rock forward and back. So inhaling to the toes, exhaling to the heels. Just keep rocking. And then come to stillness. Inhale. Come halfway up. Take an exhale. Pull that navel to the back of the spine. You're going to feel your core get super long here. And then we fold, hinging at the hip creases. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe flip your hands behind you. Use the sticky on your mat, or maybe you're on the floor in your kitchen. You stay there. I'm moving just for a moment. Keep breathing long and deep. And then inhale, halfway up. Let's walk our hands to the back of the mat now. So now your right foot forward, your left foot back. We're in that raised runner's lunge. Again, lifting the toes, getting the energy out of them. You deciding, do I want to put my knee down or leave my knee lifted as I come into a crescent warrior? Once you're there, interlacing the fingers, you can point the index finger up, cross the thumbs, mudra of exhilaration. Maybe heel toe the right foot forward a little bit. Bring the knee forward. Let that left thigh release. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift that knee. Walk it around back to the long edge of the mat. Turn your feet out a little left, a little right. We're going to reach for our ankles, bend the knees, sit down, push the knees into the elbows, elbows into the knee. And just rock here, side to side. And then we come to stillness and sink down into the hips. And sink a little lower. This is a great way to give yourself a pelvic floor adjustment. So sometimes if you're sitting down with your legs stretched out straight, you see one leg's longer than the other. It just means your pelvis is tilted, but we can adjust it. Go ahead and release, fold, heel toe your feet together just a bit so that we can inhale, come all the way up. We're going to lift our arms out. We're going to bend the elbows, and we're going to sink down back into those hips. Smile if you got one. We can all use more smiling. Let's take the left elbow to the left knee. Reach over and out. Inhale back through center. Sink it down. It might be getting to you, so you can always take a break, wiggle it out, and then sink back down. And then we'll take that right elbow to the right knee. Again, reaching across the room. Have your fingers spread wide. Inhale, come on up. Straighten. Let's interlace the hands behind our back. You stay where you are. I'm moving for you. Inhale, look up, bend the knees. Exhale, fold, bringing the hands off the lower back. And sigh it out. Maybe rock a little side to side. Bring your hands to your lower back. Fingertips to the earth. We're going to place our left hand under our face. Reach up with that right arm. Twist this out. If you like, you can just bring your hand to your lower back. Keep breathing. Inhale, reach up for the sky, and release to the other side. And try to get your hips over your ankle. Hand can come to just the lower back. And exhale, release. And now everybody, I want you to step off the edge of your mat so you're on your floor behind your mat. Take the edge of your mat and fold it. We're going to bring our knees down to the mat. You may also need a blanket under your knees. Turn your feet out left and right. We're having little froggy legs here. We're going to inhale forward, exhale, rock back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then you might get to a point where it feels okay to go back and just press and place your elbows on the earth and try to soften. Placing your tongue behind your two top front teeth, soften that jaw, skin on the face. All is well. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Oh, there's no easy way to get out of this. Just start to walk your knees back under your hips and just kind of wiggle it around. And other direction. And then let's come to stillness. We'll undo our mat, rolling it out in front of us, and come sitting down. And just close your eyes for a moment. Breath in, breath out, and breathe. Do you like to practice a little 1-minute meditation as you're breathing in? Think so. And as you're breathing out, think hum. So hum, I am. Just let the body breathe. Blink your eyes open. Find the edge of your blanket. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us straight. We're sitting up tall. Maybe roll your feet around. Scrunch your toes. And then we'll just lift our arms up, interlace your fingers together, mudra of exhilaration. We're going to inhale, lean back a little bit, and then exhale, pull yourself forward. Inhaling, leaning back, and exhale. And we're pulling ourselves forward. We're hinging at the hip creases. There's no energy in our lower back here. Now pull yourself forward. You won't go far. Flex your feet. Hands go to the shins, and chin rolls down. And you can just work into this. So every time you inhale, the spine gets long. Every time you exhale, you can go a millimeter further. Inhale, rise up. Bend into that right leg. You can crisscross your feet or your foot over your thigh. Wrap your arm, your left one around that knee. Sit up super tall. Then take that right arm up and around to create a twist. Sits bones pressed to the earth. Crown of the head rising up. And let's inhale, look left, and exhale, look right. Or you can just hold. I keep moving my head because, like I said, I slept weird on my pillow. And you know, it's a good point that, you know, you got to meet your body where it is. So why would I put myself into an uncomfortable position knowing already I'm in a little bit of pain, right? So we can modify anything. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. We're going to take that foot now. We're going to slide it inside our thigh, or you can place it on top of your thigh with the foot pressed into your hip crease. We're just going to get those hips facing the extended leg. Inhale up. You can interlace those fingers again. Inhale, look up and back a little bit. Exhale, pull yourself into it. And then we pull ourselves into it, and hands can come to the shin, the toes, or the earth beside the shin. And just keep breathing. Inhale, slowly rise up. Straighten both legs again. Bend the left knee this time. Again, wrap the foot around if you did last time. Right arm around that knee. Take a pause to get super tall through the spine. Inhale, reach up and around, and we turn. Flex that right foot. And it feels good right now for me just to look over my left shoulder, but I moved my head on the other side. So I'm going to move it on this side too. Whatever you do on one side, you always want to do on the other. And we come back to center. Let's take that foot to the inside of the thigh or on the thigh again. Hips are facing the extended leg. We reach up, interlace the fingers. Inhale back. Exhale, pulling yourself long into this. And reaching it forward, forward, forward. Hands to the earth, chin rolls down, and breathe. And inhale, slowly come up. Let's slide off of our blanket. And we're going to come lying down on our mat. And you can bend your knees. Again, if you had a ponytail or a clip, take it out so that your head is rested on the earth. Big breath in. Sweet sigh out. Let's just for a moment revisit that pranayama that will balance your pH. It's that deep breath through the mouth, breathing in as deeply, completely, fully as you can. Belly moves first, air waves into the lungs, and then just halfway releasing, so sloppily even through the mouth. So inhaling as much as you can, more, and then just let it halfway come out and release on its own. Breathing in so deeply you can even feel it inside the face. Ah, beautiful. Go ahead and bring the knees in. Recommitting to doing that breath 30 times a day with your legs up the wall. Roll those knees in the other direction. And then place the feet back on the earth. Bring your arms by your side. If you have your block handy, you can either put it under your sacrum for a supported bridge or put that block between the thighs so that the thighs squeeze together. We'll inhale, lift those hip bones to the sky. Tilt your chin up a little bit and just keep breathing. Now I know once we get to Shavasana, you might tend to tune out. I get it. After class, though, I'm going to switch to Facebook Live and we can talk about the planets, the energies on the planet right now, and then I can take any questions you might have about your pH, about what you should be eating, even herbals. But let all those thinking thoughts go. Exhale, roll it down. Remove the block from between the thighs. Arms are out, palms down. Go ahead and swish again, side to side. And then come back to center and just let the spine soften and organically merge to the earth. And then we'll take our heels as wide as our mat. Let the feet splay open. Possibly flip the palms up. Let's stay in this beautiful star pose for our final rest. So soften the tongue in your mouth. Soften the tongue down your throat and through your lungs and into your belly. And imagine yourself encased in a bubble of beautiful, golden, healing light. And just let your body breathe. He who surrounded us with this ever-evolving mystery of creation has also implanted in us the desire to question and understand. There is meaning in all things. Everything happens for a reason. What are the lessons the situation you're currently in are teaching you? How is the situation leading to the evolution of your own consciousness? How is it leading you towards truth? The truth that there is no separation. We are one with each other, with the divine. We are the divine. Go ahead and start to bring yourself back from your Shavasana, wiggling through your fingers and your toes, rolling wrists, rolling ankles, and bringing your arms up over your head, big full body stretch, and then bringing your hands to heart center, rub them together, make some heat. You're at home, so we can safely place our hands over our eyes, press into our eyes deeply, and bless yourself. And then gently release. We'll roll to the right side. And just pause there for a moment with the intentions revisited that we've set for this entire practice. 2 hours a day. Walk, yoga, meditation. Green juice in the morning with ginger and lemon. Nice soup for lunch. And monitoring your thoughts. Slowly come seated. We'll bring our fingertips to forehead center. And we'll bow in gratitude for this day, for this practice. Thank you for sharing it. Namaste. Thank you guys. It was so beautiful having you with me here today. I think what I'll do is I'll end this video, and then in a few minutes I'll go live again on YouTube and I'll talk about the astrology of the times that we're in. So thank you very much. Namaste.